Welcome to Moonlight Truth Studios. We are currently in Virgo season, okay? So Virgo season has some things that it wants to look at within the refinement, bringing something back into our awareness. But Virgo is really trying to get us to look into some hidden things, things that we've separated from ourselves. Also, something within the paranormal, certain things that the individual self is starting to experience. And Virgo season is trying to get you to get whole within yourself, so that it can bless you, so that you can benefit from it, so that you can complete whatever this cycle is, through the experience of these things that are not normal for you. So it's like Virgo season wants to kind of support you within direction and what needs to be taken down, removed. That's not a good format or plan. There's also the energy of the ancestors of the Virgo that wants to deal with some haunting ghosts that is around the energy of the sacral, which feels like the maternal matriarchs, whether this is on your father's side or your mother's side, it doesn't matter. It's still the overall energy within it. So Virgo season is really kind of focusing on trying to get us to really harmonize ourselves in this physical, but also how we can renovate, I'm not sure, I know the word, but uplift our ancestors while we're in the process of working on ourselves. Because there's an auspicious time or energy that we're all in right now, where we're being guided. A lot of us are being guided in areas and certain things and experiences that are not our everyday standard norm. Okay. Supreme creative source, ancient of the ancient ancestors of our greatest good and highest vibration. What is it that we, the collective individuals, need to see at this time in the overall energy of Virgo season 2026? Do keep in mind that this message is timeless, even though you may come, because everybody's process and time within alignment is different. Within their healing evolution or their soul evolution or their ancestral evolution as well, healing and dealing with different traumas, within that bloodline lineage, as well as the collective whole. Because each part of our lineage, we automatically work for the collective whole. So I want to look into past, present, and future energy, because it seems like over here in the near future energy that I'm picking up on, it's like a receiving a gift. It's like a area of completion, or an area of feeling content, or maybe moving within ease and grace, or things happening with little effort. So it's like this Virgo season really needs you to pay attention to the fine details, it feels like. Because those fine details are within your spiritual promptings, within the signs and synchronicities, is what I'm hearing. Let's see. Supreme. And for those of you that do not know, I am Mama So. I come with my faults, my flaws, my hiccups, and all my imperfections and my interruptions too. All that jazz here in the YouTube streets. Nobody should have to tell you what to do. Okay? Like, subscribe, share, comment, hit that bell notification, especially if you make it halfway through this video as well. Do also keep in mind that this is still a general message. There may be pieces in here that are your connection and maybe for someone for you to share with. Okay, so there's tidbits within it, but this is not a microwave effect. As the cards unfold, things reveal, because that's when the channels within the ethers open up, and allow me to discern or to see more information or collect more information to bring forward here to the collective individuals. I am in the process of looking for my soul tribe, my family members. Do give me a chance and opportunity before, the introduction and all the rigmarole, at least get, to 13, 15 minutes halfway through the video before you go and judge and click off. That's all that I ask for those that do come across my messages. I am one that is here to assist you or to guide you or to initiate things within you that you have suppressed, or things that you may not want to deal with, or things that you keep allowing yourself to deal with. And this is also part of the refinement, okay, within your wellness, whether you're, how you get your money, your health, wellness, all of that, because the healing bones also came out as well in the ancestral deck for the tarot as well. But where was I at? Anywho, all the information you need for any personal consultations are linked down below, as well as my disclaimers, how to get in contact with me, all of that. Are y'all ready? They said no. They said no. Why aren't we ready? I see why I wasn't ready. Something I was waiting on was coming through. Okay. Just keeps burning. Okay. Do you want me to pick Supreme? No. Pass. We need to see the pass. The inner voice. And I heard the shunning. I heard the shunning of the inner voice. That's high priestess energy. That's that sacral energy that I've been picking up on, and that guidance, that ancestral. We need more with that. That's too past. The inner voice, other than something that was suppressed. The inner voice, something with the emotions of the inner voice. Maybe what I'm getting, it's like something with a mix up between the voices. This can be recent past, most recent past, this inner voice within the signs and synchronicities. And maybe this is why there's a review, a revise, a replan, a reorganize, a refining. What is this present energy? What's beneath the surface that we need to see? Oh, that's how y'all want me to do it. For real. Y'all want me to move that card? Move that card. Interesting. So y'all want me to do beneath the surface, the undercurrent, and the haunted past. That's what y'all want me to stick to my regular. Why am I changing up shit? Oh, well, see, Virgo energy sometimes too can get you in trouble, because then that's when you micromanage too much of details, I'm hearing. So this Virgo season may be showing you that maybe there's certain things that you've been micromanaging too much, and how, it's blocking your blessings or keeping you from feeling content, or feeling like you're constantly within difficulty, where you're not able to really mature. I'm hearing mature or learn your gifts. Yeah, that's interesting. Give me a little bit of jazz, baby. But yeah, so and you can't attract what it is. And so it's like the criticism and the overlooking or the over analyzing the information, it's keeping you from receiving the guidance that you need, or keeping you from dealing with the ghosts within or the ancestors within, to assist them within their rise, so that the purge within the sacral energy or this water energy, maternal matriarch energy, can actually remove or filtrate. Yeah, because it's like I'm seeing like a paper towel in the water, and the water is murky, and the paper towel is pulling out, it's like it's pulling up the debris in the water, and then it's dripping into a new vessel. So maybe yeah, that's kind of like what we're all going through a little bit with, as a collective whole. Things are kind of going through, filtering through. But some of you, it's almost like I see that during the process, it's almost as if it was going too slow. So you didn't really put the time and effort that you needed so that you can go through the full process of your healing or your ancestral work. I'm even hearing, even for some of your ritual work as well, that you have done by the water or done by the fire. That's what I'm hearing. So, hmm. What's beneath the surface that we need to see at this time? Y'all want me to do that for real? Yeah, they said it's easier. It's shuffled already. Why not? Okay, well, shit. What? Nothingness? That's the Hierophant. That's the void. The voided space, the course. That's that feminine energy, that sacral energy, that maternal matriarch energy, y'all. That's that triple blackness. That's that melanin. Everything is created out of nothingness. Every color is derived, slow down, is derived from black. White is the absence of color. Gray hair is an absence of color. Albinos, absence of color. Yaku, the Tamahu, the grafted man. Mm? The past. Ooh, that's kind of heavy. The institutions. No, beneath the surface. Whew. Look, y'all, it's getting me all kafuckled, okay? Beneath the surface, it still remains the same. What has been spoken? Because it's almost like this nothingness right now is representing the lack of productivity, the desired results. This feels like the desired results within the collective, individual, personal need, want, desire. Undercurrent. The creator. Look, y'all, something going on. Virgo. Let's the haunted past. Totality. The Five of Wands. This is the king. This is the King of Wands. And then the Five of Wands. This is the fatherless. Ooh, y'all bringing that in? Virgo, y'all bringing that in? The fatherless children? The motherless and the fatherless children. Then we have the Ace of Swords, consciousness. Whoa, Virgo, am I pumping my brakes? That's that guidance, the creative power, the rulership of oneself, your ruler, your sun sign, which you're supposed to be actually pursuing, the totality, the completeness of it, the responsibility of the union, of the teamwork, the trust, the trust that it takes. So it's like the past, because I'm seeing this darker energy here, and I'm seeing this as you, and I'm seeing this as the new beginning, the not the ancestral, the healed parts versions, the higher self of you, the mature parts of you, your guides, your guardians. And I'm seeing this as the ancestral baggage and stuff of that nature. That's that energy of the haunting or the ghosts or spirits of the past within the melanin, within the DNA, within the black that's been created within the conditions and influence. And it's like there's a part that's still holding on to your ankles. You're reaching and you're trying not to miss the point, the mark, to grab it. But I'm also seeing this as some ancestors just chose not to let go at all themselves. They didn't even reach. It's almost like I'm seeing this swing that's just, just suspended in the air, and they're just dangling. But now it's like there's an ancestor or the past of the ancestor that's, it feels like they're coming to the realization that they have to let you go from the etheric realm. Some people think that we are always the only ones that mourn when we lost. There's a sense of mourning in that afterworld, in that afterlife. This is interesting. I don't know, y'all. What I do know is that there's something very spiritual, something very significant, something very serendipitous, magical. And there's more in this, because I feel like it's more personalized, more of your personalized journey, as far as like what you experienced, how you grew up, or what it is that you're completely dealing with at this time. Because some of you just feel like you're stuck. You just feel like you're in that void of space. Because this is the beneath the surface. This is like the overall energy. This is like the mental, emotional body of the heart, and what the heart is expressing and what it desires. It desires to create. It desires to feel. It desires to be happy. It desires to experience the good luck. It desires to, receive the gifts, to feel content, to magnetize what it is that it needs to get its successes done, so that they can manifest and be complete and whole. But there's something within this past, within this energy of the past, the ancestral, it feels really ancestral past, that still is shackled. I'm hearing shackled around your feet, because now it's showing me like the prison man. They got the bars and stuff in the chain between the legs, if this is not suspended. And they're saying that that may be a specific clue to an ancestor that's trying to communicate, that's showing me these bars around, these chains. I don't know what they're called. I need to ground. Let me burn a little bit of because there's support here, ancestral support, guardian support, because it's almost like shocks of sun rays, electrical shocks of sun rays. But it's almost like you're experiencing it. Some of us, well, I know I have, like a couple weeks ago or maybe a month ago, I kept feeling like I was being shocked by electricity, like a little taser. And I expressed it to my sister, and she was like, "What?" I was like, "Okay, don't talk, don't do that to me, wait, because you got your time coming, approaching." And sure enough, she started experiencing the same type of shocks in a different way, or should I say in a different region. But the point is, she still went through that process. uh I want to see how this energy joins. And then we're going to pull some tarot. What do I need to see about this beneath the surface and the undercurrent? Shit. And the undercurrent and the hidden, the haunted past. What do we need to see within the undercurrent? What's affecting the heart and the mind that's within the past? Followers. That one faced up. That's the followers. If you keep letting others decide the direction, didn't I say something about direction earlier? About the guidance? Don't be surprised when you end up lost. Up. Undercurrent, current situation, nothingness, lost in space, not manifesting. Maybe some of you may need to visualize the undercurrent, the fire energy, the creator, the water energy. So that's the refinement. So Virgo season needs you to work with the water. Yeah. That fire, water visualization, maybe scrying in some water, or maybe when you're in the water, taking a shower or taking a bath, that you can visualize what your outcomes, and what you want to draw to you. This is even the outcomes within the ancestral debts as well, because of them allowing others to control their minds, okay, to manipulate and influence them and to put them within conditions of love, and introduce, because this is two fires, and introducing them to the the love that is anger, violent, and but yet it's supposed to be acceptable, right? No, unconditional love and unconditional love. Let's see what this is, y'all. Release is power. Is this? I don't know. Release is power. Okay, Oya. The ancestors. The release of the ancestor baggage. I'm also hearing the release of you thinking that you know it all, especially with this being a Hierophant energy as well. Freedom begins the moment you stop clinging. Ooh, didn't I say that? Like they holding on to the ankles, won't let go, right? Let it go with love or with fire. Or with fire. It's here on the table. But let it go. Let it go the need to be a know-it-all or think that you know the best outcome for your life. This feels like Virgo season collectively is going to be bringing us into areas where we just kind of, God almighty, no. Oh, fuck. I do not like when that happens, because it be so important to me, and because I can hear it, but then there's something that comes in and pushes it. It literally, I felt that, pushed that thought. Like, yeah. Like it's almost as if they just don't want you to hear or receive the message that is for you. So the refinement of your water, and your fire, utilizing your fire, looking at the things that you're clinging on to, how you're being too meticulous, to the details or to the material or the fabric, or I'm hearing even some of you to the shoes. There's certain things within old traditions that you were taught misconceived, given a misconception. Some of you feel as though that the woman is supposed to stay in the house, and the man is supposed to go to work. It's not that way. That's a misconception. The woman is supposed to stay home pregnant and barefoot in the kitchen. Misconception. There's a lot of old traditions that have been followed, and that is leading us to the space where we feel like we're stuck, like we're not free, or like something's attached to us. If this isn't a literal thing within that, then like an energy, like why this particular energy just won't let me go, why this particular person of the past, I've done dealt with that, I'm over that, I'm done, right? Like why can't they just let it go so that I can go ahead and move forward within, you know, my desires, my hopes, my aspirations, your dreams, those things that you want to come to manifest. I don't feel that there's no need for tarot here. I really don't. So I see the buffalo head, which represents Oya to me, which is also, you know, the underworld, you know, and that energy is here heavily sedated. Um, and those are the parts too that needs to be refined and looked at within total awareness. There's an energy clinging to you from the past, most recent past. I'm looking 1 to 4 years, and then there's a longer past of maybe 8 to 11 years since the involvement, but somehow the energy is still attached to you. If this is not an ancestral situation, but it's an energetic cord or tide that is having a difficult time in letting go. There are things that you can do to assist yourself, but first you must consult with source before you try to do anything on your own. And if you do something on your own, then allow source to do or show up the way that source needs to show up for you, to bring the awareness that you need within the refinement, so that you can stop feeling like you're constantly starting over and over and over again. And so that you can finally come to the creation. And that is the energy of Virgo season for us as a collective whole. And if you have made it this far, I humbly appreciate you. And of course, all that jazz, you know what to do. Make sure you hit that bell so you know when I upload. And check out another video, another playlist. The Gemini playlist studios of 2026 is still timeless, but there's a lot of energy within that that we're going to be experiencing. Um, yeah, anywho, that we're going to be experiencing for like 7 years within Gemini energy. And I will be doing another video in regards to that as well, because September 17th is when we'll get a break out of the Uranus Gemini for a little while until April. So we'll be checking in on that, and look out for those videos as well. And leave me a comment. Let me know. Talk to me. I like to interact. I like to respond. And enough of the jibber jabber. Until next time. Good night.